Greetings and welcome to our Elder Kings 2 Men-of-Tor series. So, quick little update here. I did post that poll and you guys voted for mostly to start as a adventurer. So we're going to be doing that, which I'm fine with. I haven't done an adventurer since our Paladin series for Game of Thrones, which I really quite enjoyed, although we did end up not being landed, so basically the same as goal for here. But yeah, so basically as an overview quick, that our goal is we're going to be minotaurs and we're going to try to bring back, you know, the Alessian Empire under the true rulers, the ones descended from Alessia. Kind of, not really, but the minotaurs are, you know, supposedly descended from Alessia and Belharza. So, well, Morehouse, Alessia and Morehouse. Belharza was the first emperor after Alessia, and the rest of the Minotaurs are supposedly descended from someone in that line, so I don't know. But either way, there is probably going to be some glitches since the Dragonborn mod I'm using is not compatible with the cultures mod and map edits. So I'm hoping we should be fine, but I'm not sure. Like, there is an issue where the whole point of the Dragonborn submod is you basically can become Talos, become Dragonborn if you're the Emperor. When you die, you ascend, you become Talos and all that. But Talos is already kind of in the mod now because of the incompatibility. So I'm hoping we can still, like, do that, but I'm not sure. So, let's see. Oh, wow. Why is it so slow? There we go. I don't know why it was so slow there for a second. So I think we're going to be... Well, since we're an adventurer, we're going to start off, you know... Be pretty simple. Start off in Men-of-Tor. My mouse just not working properly? That might be it. I've been having issues with my mouse lately. Alright, now it looks to be working properly. I guess I just needed to load in. So create an adventurer, ethnicity, beast folk. Last episode we did the showcase where I just did a look at like all these and I was like, what the hell are the Ekmer? And I had to go and look them up. They're like the bat people that were apparently ruled by the Dwemer and everything, but God, other than that, they haven't really been mentioned much, but could be an interesting playthrough, I suppose. The Poton. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to... I always get the Tangmo and the Poton confused. Poton are the tiger people, and Tangmo are the monkey people. And the Dremora, I'm waiting to hopefully that there'll be some more submods to add for Daedric stuff. So we can do my other planned series where I want to make like a demi prince and then have the goal to become our own Daedric prince. And I have a whole lore backstory for that, but that I think needs to wait and cook just a little bit more. And hopefully there'll be some more submods going in at some point. Oh, there's two monkey people, the Tangmo and the Inga. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what some of these are. Obviously Khajiit, Argonians. Yeah, High Elf, Dark Elf, Dunmer, Sea Elf, Sinestrial, Aliad. Alright, either way, let's Minotaur. And we can do Minotaur or Minotaur Men-of-Tor. So we're going to do Men-of-Tor since we're going to be from Men-of-Tor, and that's the one that's more definitively that I saw to be the correct ones descended from, you know, Alessia. Especially if we take a look at their cultures. Like, they got brute strength, isolationists. Huh, it's just but Minotaur have the Imperial Legacy and Imperial Scion, which just fits better. So the issue, like I said before, with the religion is Talos is a patron already, even though obviously he doesn't exist. So hopefully that doesn't bother us too much. But do we want to do, I can't remember, I think I wanted to do the Cult of Heroes, because I did took a quick look for the Dragonborn like requirements, and you need to have like an imperial faith that has the doctrine of like Breton, Nord, Imperial, Cyrodiil, 8 Divines, and all that. And I think Cult of Heroes does have that. I did take a look in the mod files, but I could be wrong. But we can always change our religion if needed. Like, I'm definitely not doing an Alessia order. That was one of the whole reasons. They're like, nah, get rid of the Minotaurs from stupid Maruk. Talked about the elves are evil, which fair, but then there was like the Minotaurs, gotta get rid of them as well. Oh, yeah, all right. So Raymond mystery is the Dragonborn god hero Raymond, Light of Man, which is a badass epitaph, you know. Epithet conquered almost all of the continent, founded the Second Empire, set in the Akavir army. It's the legacy of Raymond. Rulers of Cyrodiil came back and become Cyrodiil and join House of Cyrodiil. Mystery cult. War worship. But nah, Cult of Heroes. Many legendary heroes. Alessia the Slave Queen, Pelennor Whitestrake, Mora House, Breath of Kine. Yeah. Venerated ancestors could be we try to do. Although, what happens if we become a venerated ancestor and then one of our descendants becomes Talos? That's kind of a fun thing. So we'll do Cult of Heroes. More. So I have an idea for our naming scheme for this series. I just wanted to take a look. Gold House, Crete. All right. Getting a look at the naming scheme for Minotaurs, but that doesn't matter. Let me just figure out what our adjust from existing design, what our emblem's gonna be and all that. Elder Kings, Dunmer, Bosmer, Fates, Khajiit, Malmer, Need. Alright, what if we do Fates? Eagle. Alright, I'm gonna go through this and figure out what's a good one for us. And then also our names as well. Alright, what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cool. So we have a sword with like wings and the flames kind of coming down. Looks kind of like grabbers, or grippers I should say, and a heart. So I'm thinking the heart obviously represents the heart of Lorcan and everything, and this will represent us trying to grasp it and bring us back out from the shadows and whatnot, hence why the darker tone and sword of everything there. I think it's a pretty interesting one. I could have put this like more in here as well, but I kind of like that. But like, I could have put it there because this kind of also looks pretty cool. But no, I think, yeah, having it right there is pretty good. Although let me know if you like it here or like here. In the meantime though, our family name is indicative of our naming scheme, which is Darth. Yes, we are the Darths. So obviously our naming scheme is we are going to be named after Sith Lords and whatnot. So obviously I could go simple, you know, and be, since this is our first character, we could be Vader Darth. since he's the first one, and so technically the father of the house. I might actually do that. I mean, people keep saying, you know, Vader, Vather, and all that. I can't remember what George Lucas said about that, but it is a little obvious. But I believe he also didn't intend for their Luke to be his kid in the first place. But yeah. Plus, we're going to be, you know, mages. We're going to be battle mages. Our whole thing is going to be like sorcerer kings. But I also am thinking we do a DOS. From the, from like the first Sithari and everything. Sithari was also another one. Like Sithari, Darth. Maybe for a kid. But I'm thinking we do a DOS. Vader can be a different name, I'm thinking. Although, Alright, yeah, we're gonna be doing a DOS. I went to a decision maker online and just asked the question and did it like 15 times to see which one was more prevalent, and the DOS won. So, our birth sign, something, monthly lifestyle experience, and Arcana. Atronak. Arcana 2, Magicka regen -10, but maximum Magicka plus 20%. The Lady, the Lord, Lover, Mage. Ooh. So, like I said, we want to be like battle mages and spell swords and whatnot. I'm thinking the Apprentice right now. The Serpent. The Shadow, the Steed, the Thief, the Tower, and the Warrior. Arcana +2, those born under the center state have special affinity for magic of all kinds. Yeah, let's do the Apprentice. And we're gonna be basically a mercenary. So let's do a skilled and traits. Ooh. So let's be, where's Brave? Brave's probably up here. Yeah. Brave. Ambitious. Always gotta have ambitious. Zealous. Fickle, vengeful, eccentric. Vengeful might be a thing. We're vengeful against all the Alessian orders and whatnot. Let's lustful, greedy, generous, diligent, wrathful, impatient, stubborn. I mean, zealous would be good, but there's like a lot of the religions, so you know what? Yeah, zealous. And then other traits, we have the Apprentice and Herculean. Normally, you know, I like to start off with either one of the three great traits there, usually genius, but Herculean just makes more sense. I don't want him to be dumb, though. Yeah. Shrewd. He's shrewd, but it's not inheritable unless we marry someone. We want to be a giant minotaur. Yeah, you know what? That's actually not bad. Diplomacy, intrigue. There's no other traits. Faithful Blade probably makes the most sense. Wandering Hero, Novice, Apprentice Evoker. Monthly Magical. Is this No, it's not education. Is there a way to increase the magical traits? Attuned though, because we do want, no wait, no, maybe acute. We do want people, or yeah, we can have a theoric and have that be congenital for our family to go down. Whether or not we're actually any good at magic is another story. Alright, so we're not the best educated, hence, well, do we want skilled tactician? Maybe tough soldier fits us better. No, I think skilled tactician is fine. We're not dumb, like I said, we are shrewd. But we don't know much about magic, and that's something you gotta be trained as, like, for your kids and whatnot. But I want to at least look into more of the magic-y stuff, so let's do novice evoker. And other than that, everything else is, let's make everything at least average. There. Arcana secondary skill that reflects the character's magical ability. A high Arcana skill means they have a large magic pool. We can cast a few things. Alright, now let's take a look at how we're going to randomize. I wonder if there's horns. Oh, I doubt it, but head and neck, horn profile, yeah. I figured not for minotaurs. Facial structure? Eyes. Alright, yeah, we could have the yellow eyes. Hairstyle. No wellness, hair color. Let's just, yeah, I guess just pulled back is fine. A long windswept, yeah. And do we want a beard? I'm thinking we're gonna have a beard. We gotta have like a big beard. Yeah, no beard. Yeah, we'll just have okay, so hair color just goes straight up for fur. Alright, that's good to know. Ooh. You know what? I'm curious now. Where is it? I always like having... Where is it? Albino. Natural dread. General opinion, people aren't gonna like us. But that's fine. And I don't know how long minotaurs actually live. So battle mage. Yeah, we're not a battle mage, so unfortunately not vampire Briarheart. There's the dragonborn trait. Uma drink your crime boss plunderer. Maybe some character will be a worshiper of a Daedra as well secretly or something. Maybe one will turn into a vampire. A vampire minotaur. That's pretty cool, I think. But yeah, other than that, I think that looks pretty good. And will be 25? No, because who knows how long it'll take for us to actually get married and whatnot. 21. There we go. And let me just go through the rules real quick and then we'll get started. There we go. And Alessia's children. I've read this in our showcase, but I'll just read this again now. Eras ago, our ancestors were not only acknowledged as people, but leaders, emperors even, celebrated as the semi-divine offspring of the slave queen Alessia and the demigod Morehouse, Breath of Kine. Despite these reverable origins, our people were cast out as mere monsters, deemed unworthy of even the status of personhood by a society who paradoxically continued to claim to revere the holy name of our mother. The allegedly Alessian order has long since lost its influence in this world, and in this new age, it is time for our people to cast off this unjust branding forced upon us. No longer can we stand to be referred to or treated as beasts, for we are men. We, the Men-of-Tor, shall reclaim our birthright and our holy name of Aleshia. May we yet reclaim our blessed name. Your culture will remain a dead culture for now. If you later become land, your culture will again be considered alive and can be used to promote culture. Yeah. If you later become land, your culture will be considered. Yeah. Alright, so we'll do that. And then dawn's beauty greets us as the rising sun, marking the first morning of my people in this new world. This land is strange to us, and us to it. I look around and I see no army. We cannot carve ourselves a realm by force. May we yet make for us a home. A decision is quickly reached. We will send out scouts, small bands of bold men and women who are to go their separate ways and seek their fortunes as traders, mercenaries, or otherwise. The rest will remain hidden for now, and perhaps one day we will again be one people with a land to call our own. Now I must decide my path. Who am I to take with me on my adventure? Yeah, this will be an army someday. Morehouse and Zernax. My two trusted friends. Morehouse the Fat and Zernax the Stern. Hey, if he's a big Minotaur, that's fine. There, we are Master Adas of the Darth Riders. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Do we want to change it to Darth Riders? We're not really using cavalry, are we? So we're not really riding? But, well, maybe we can change it. But in the meantime, here we are in Men-of-Tor decisions. Become a great conqueror. Champion the Men-of-Tor culture. Upon becoming Lenny, you will get the Conqueror trait. You will get an army of seasoned veterans. You'll get the greatest conqueror. Get a press claim. Start a war with General Atrebus. What do we need for that? Your marshal is a 22 or above. Legendary figure. Strategist or gallant. Participate in at least 20 wars. Against kings or high kings. You have at least 2 commander traits. Ooh. Marshal is 28 above. Oh, at least one of the following. 4,000. You've killed at least 12 characters. Raid for captives or stand with us quest. Maybe we can go for the Become Great Conqueror to start off with, but the Wandering Hero. Probably. You must have the Swords for Hire camp purpose. Yeah. That one's probably going to be the easiest. Hero Cultist. Found a holding. This is what we did in our Game of Thrones Hedge Knight series, where we founded a holding and then wanted to become build the ruins of Morn. Legacy of Darth. You will no longer be able to accept criminal contracts. Adventurer Bloodline. Alright. Do we want to become a criminal? I kind of want to save being a criminal for a playthrough as an adventurer in like Westeros, or we could try to become like a bandit king or something. Alright, with that said, let's take a look at the magic school. We're not going to focus on it, but become a necromancer. Unlocks destruction level spells. Now it's alteration spells. Illusion, yep. Hostile secret. Burden. Applies burden to the character target. I don't know what burden does, but it probably does something. All right. So with that said, we should probably start going down Marshall. As much as I would like going down the Wanderer route as well. It's going to take a while since we don't have the genius to help us out. Wanderer. Yeah, we don't even really need to be a criminal if we're just going to be doing, you know, raiding as well. Enables the plunder. You gain some of the holdings loot value as gold drakes. Oh, well, we could. If this does give us something with the gallows bait. Oh, I'm a little weary of, you know, doing this. Maybe we'll save this for when we do our inevitable Daedric series. Because I kind of want to bite off of that one lore character who was a Daedric pirate. And then I just kind of want to bounce off of that to, you know, become a Daedric prince of... But I'll go into that whenever we do that series. But it could be useful. We'll see. So we'll start off in Valor here. In the meantime, choose a patron. Fortunately, I am not going to choose Talos because we obviously shouldn't be here at the moment. Pelennor, Whitestrake, Morehouse, Raymond, then do Olu. We can do our mother, Saint Alessia, mother of our race, you know. Morehouse, father of our race. Pelennor, prowess, faith, hostility, advantage. I'm thinking Pelennor or Raymond, our spiritual brother and everything. So we'll see. Special doctrine, Cyrodiilic cult. Other faiths, Imperial cult, special doctrines. Breton pantheon, divines. Cyrodiilic heroes. Alright, so yeah, we can't do it with... There we go, that's the reason. So we couldn't do it with the Cult of Heroes, but if we created a new Imperial Faith with the Divines as a secondary aspect, secondary, we should be able to do the whole thing. So maybe we'll work on that then. All right. I just wanted to give our house motto here, and I kind of like it. We are who we are. Kind of it goes with our whole, we're coming out of the shadows, no longer beasts, but we are, for we are men and all that. We are who we are, and we shall stay like that. All right, in the meantime, what do we got? Criminal quest. A tutor child. These 3 skill challenges in order to educate the specified challenge. Oh, wait, no. First, available camp purpose. We are wanderers. Rebooters. Swords for hire. Alright. This is the criminal ones, yes. And... number of knights. 5 more mercenary quests. Find more prowess and martial quests. Yes. Maybe we'll change it to freebooters at some point, but if we really want to become a criminal. So in the meantime, is there any quests around besides that tutor the child? I do not think so. Oh, also I got that other submod now, which gives us special buildings some more. Walled overgrowth, so you can build this up now. Obviously the holding tax is not going to be great. Temple of One destroyed. The voice of the divines. This county holding taxes plus 20. So if it's destroyed, it has more growth. But you probably wouldn't want to do that if you were like the voice of the divines here. Alright. Collapse drains. Empire below the empire. Bastion, I'm just curious. Yeah, Warden of the Citadel. Maritime Fist of the Empire. Foundations of Magic. Seat of Sorcery. Alright. Nexus of the Empire. What happens if we go all the way down to all the Artisan? The bridges here, river spanning trade. Leyland Bridge is ruined, but not. Probably one of the best counties in the whole game, I'd say. Dragon Guard. See, if you Dragon Guard Vigil now, you could upgrade it even more. What about Ebony Mines? The Crown of Topal. So now we got a whole bunch of other things to look about for future series and even this one. This actually is giving me ideas for that Daedric series in the future of where I want it to start off as. But that's for, I keep thinking about that now, but Legendary Heroes Graveyard. We're in this series, so let's focus. So, two criminal, heist treasury. Do we want to start? There's a way for us to, like, get rid of, the criminal, isn't there? Hero Cultist, no, where was it? The Champion? Legacy of Darth, that was it. You will no longer be able to accept criminal contracts. You haven't completed non-criminal quests. So I guess this actually doesn't even matter if we did do criminals, but I just can't remember if there is a way to get rid of, like, the criminal trait. So let me know if there is, please, and thank you for that. And let me know, should we do Pelinal or should we do Raymond as our patron? Other than that, I think we're gonna end episode 0 here. Baron Caladas. 101 gold if we could do exceptional, but I don't know if we'd be good at educating. But yeah, all right, yeah. So leave any other comments and suggestions, questions, and everything else down below. If you have any interesting Elder Scrolls lore you guys wish to share, go right ahead. I love learning that stuff, and we can have a discussion for I can just talk about in the next episode or in the comments. And yeah, or any interesting theories, just anything about Elder Scrolls. If you just want to chat about it, go right ahead. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave any other comments down below. Leave a like if you like, leave a dislike if you dislike, but tell me why. And I shall see you all later.